Good evening, I'm Jeff Lyons. It's time for the 14First Alert Weather Show at 9 o'clock. Glad you're here tonight. We have some weather moving in overnight, so we're going to get right to that. Let me get my computer squared away here. And so I'm looking at your questions on the 14 News Facebook page. You can chime in there in just a couple minutes. Right now, we're just kind of waiting for the rain to move in. It has clouded up again. We have a pleasant night, though, along the Evansville riverfront. I think they had art in bloom down there tonight, and we are tracking, of course, overnight showers and storms and rain to start the day on Saturday that will then usher in much cooler air that will carry us into Sunday and early next week. The picture right now, and I'm going to show you the severe weather outlooks first, and then I'll show you the radar. The thinking is that as this line of storms moves east, it will weaken, and you can kind of see how that's depicted in the SPC outlook here. The tri-state is right on that marginal lip. Southern Illinois, maybe a couple of stronger storms overnight. And then once we get into Saturday morning into the afternoon, that severe threat will shift to our east. And so I think we really should dodge the bullet as far as severe weather is concerned here over the tri-state. At the moment, this line of storms goes from about Chicago, Waukegan up there, all the way down past St. Louis and into Springfield, Missouri. There are two lobes in here of more concentrated energy or shear that are generating tornadoes, and we've had a number of tornado warnings up and down this line. In fact, I can show you the storm reports here, and you'll see we've had a whole bunch up and down there to the west. So we'll just look at tornado only, and there have been several. A couple did touch down up there around Rockford. We had another tornado there. Now, again, this is out of our viewing area, central Illinois, in the city of Pennsylvania, which is in Mason County, Illinois. And there was a tornado on the ground with debris. So this is the real deal. Quite a few storms now marching to the east. The thing of it is as it moves east, it's running into less favorable conditions. And so the storm should weaken. The severe risk kind of shoots off to the north, and this fizzles out once it gets into southern Illinois. Now, we could still have a few severe thunderstorms that sneak through, and the primary area of concern would be over southern Illinois. So if you're watching tonight in Fairfield, Mount Carmel, Albion, up that way, Clay, Richland, Lawrence counties, Flora, Olney, Lawrenceville, you would have a much better chance, if you're going to see severe weather tonight, of getting some. The main threat here would likely be hail and wind this far away from that line of storms. The models play it out like this. We get kind of a preliminary batch of showers and storms that comes through, and then the main line will push in between about midnight and 6 a.m. So it will be wet, storming in the morning. We will have some thunder, heavy rainfall, gusty winds right off the bat there around 6 a.m. area wide. Those storms move through, but we continue with the stratiform rain, or the rain behind the squall line, through the morning, and we may see some additional shower development in the afternoon, depending on how cleanly the cold front comes through. And then Sunday is mainly dry and much cooler, with highs only in the lower 60s. Our rain amounts have actually perked up a little bit, closer to an inch on average across the area, so that would really be a good, very good thing to have over our parched soil out there. Now, then you'll notice for tomorrow's severe weather risk, it shifts well to our east. And two things at play here. One, it will have heated up out here again. And two, the low will be up here at about Traverse City, with that front arching through. So where you have that kind of bulge in the front is where we would expect the better chance for severe weather. Again, here in the tri-state, wouldn't surprise me to have a few warnings tomorrow. I think there'll be, severe thunderstorm type warnings for hail or gusty winds. And we're going to have some lightning. So if you have outdoor plans in the morning, I know there's several events going on. I'm the MC of the Autism Walk in Evansville, Autism for Everyone, or Autism Everyone, at Evansville there at the 4-H Center. We might get some thunderstorms out there too. There's a 5K run that starts at 8, and then the family walk and run, I think, is at 10. And the family walk run, it'll probably be in the rain, but that earlier run, it's going to be dicey there with the potential for lightning in the area. So that's what we're watching right now. Our temperatures then kind of suppressed through Monday in the 60s, but then we spring back and we'll be back into the lower 80s toward the end of next week. Mainly dry too. Our next chance of rain doesn't show up until Friday. Look at that, we're at 78 degrees right now. We didn't make it to the record high of 88, but we were pretty warm this afternoon and windy again. We had winds out of the south, gusting to 25 at Evansville and Henderson, 29 at Mount Carmel and New Harmony, Mount Carmel and Fairfield. The high temperature today hit 85, so that was 3 degrees shy of the record. Our temperature change were a bit warmer than we were last night at this time, and of course both our low and high temperatures running well above the norm, about 16 degrees worth here this afternoon. Our calendar then will stay orange here. We're not going to get to 80 tomorrow. Our high temp will probably officially show as something in the low 70s, but from a practical standpoint, once the rain comes through and the cold air begins to filter in, temperatures will be falling through the afternoon. So there won't be a traditional high temperature that happens around 3 or 4. It'll happen at midnight or overnight, and then temperatures will be falling with the passage of that front. The stats in for April, of course, we're now 2 inches behind normal. We hope to make some of that up tonight, and 11 degrees warmer than the average. You're probably, depending on your heat tolerance, running your air conditioning at this stage. The big picture right now really draws your attention to that axis of severe weather from about Chicago down to Springfield, and then another batch of strong to severe storms out here to the west of St. Louis. All of this moving east and to the north. So the most favorable environment for severe weather should steer away from the tri-state. Here's 7:30, that cold front bearing down. We've got rain and thunderstorms out ahead of it. And then behind, a little post-frontal rain moving in before the high pressure scours out that cloud cover, and we get back to some pretty nice weather for Sunday. And then looking into next week, we are dry for the most part until late in the week. Thursday, Friday will be the next chance of some rain coming in. The GFS rainfall modeling also concurring with the model I showed you earlier there, around an inch of rain here with the overnight and early Saturday storms. And the European is also pushing our chances for rain next week back to Thursday or Friday. And it too is also advertising around an inch of rainfall, actually a little less than that for the tri-state. I'm leaning more toward those 3/4 to 1 inch totals for the region. 59 tonight and 66 tomorrow, with those thunderstorms ending by the late morning. And then next week, our temperature marches right back up into the lower 80s. And I think our temperature outlook there, we kind of settle back to near normal for that 1st of May, and precip will pull back a little bit too. I think Lily made an appearance last night. You guys need to send me some more pet pics. It's different now. They've changed the, our vendor changed on the website, so you got to go through a couple more steps to submit pet pics. But do that for me, and I'll gladly put them on here for you. All right, let's have a look at your questions here tonight. And I'm sure with the potential for overnight storms, you know, there's some anxiety out there. I'm trying to hopefully alleviate some of that, because I think, at least based on the trends in the models, we're looking at a weakening line coming our way. Okay, here are the questions. We got Ricky Brown in there, Kelly Land, Aaron Flick. Aaron's in Henderson. You should be over at TriFest. They got the big drone show going, I think, right now. It starts at 9. Brian Chris, any alert day for tonight or tomorrow for West Kentucky? No. We talked today about that. Arden and I did, and Byron. And our thinking is still pretty resolute that it will be weakening as it comes through. Rain, yes. Thunder and lightning, yes. But widespread severe weather, probably not. Brian came in late. That's okay. You can always watch it back there, but I think I gave you the short of it, what you probably needed to know. Karen Duckworth, how much rain for Morganfield? I think you could see an inch of rain. You know, if this thing plays out the way it's showing, some decent rainfall, 1/2 inch to 1 inch. Shelby Trimble, safe to stay in my trailer in Mount Carmel? I believe so, yes. I mean, there's not a, you know, we don't have a tornado watch. We don't have any indication of having widespread severe weather. Can we get a severe thunderstorm? Absolutely. But I think those are going to be the exception rather than the rule. Janice Seaton, granddaughter has a track meet tomorrow in Owensboro. Any chances for lightning or storms? Yes, chances for lightning will be before noon. I don't know what time the track meet is, but I know they will run in the rain, you know, if there's no lightning. Audra Dyer, any idea of what will happen with the run if there's lightning? I'm registered to race. You must be talking about the autism 5K. Right now it's rain or shine. However, if there's lightning, I don't think they can run it, so or they might delay. I do not know. There is usually a protocol, though. If you have lightning, you know, within 10 miles of an outdoor event, you have to pull in and wait 30 minutes, you know, before you can start again. So hopefully we will have a better idea tomorrow. I would, if you don't already, follow the Autism Evansville Facebook page. I'm sure Kelsey will put something on there. But today the word is, you know, rain or shine. So come on out. They've got food and things to do if it's questionable. And I hate that you've trained and now we're going to rain on you. But anyhow, hopefully we'll get that run in. You know, if the storms come a little earlier, like closer to 6 a.m. and get out of our hair early, then we'll be in good shape and it won't be an issue. But you know, you can't wish cast. We have to look at what's happening out there pretty, you know, with sober eyes. I do want to go back to the radar here again, just for those that came in late, or just again to kind of show you what our expectation is. And let's see, there we go. Let's go back a couple. That's actually the forecast. I'm going to look at the forecast again too. But just if you're just picking us up right now, the real threat for this evening, at least for tornadoes, is up here along and north of I-74. So you see these purple tornado warnings now around Champaign. That would be up closer to like Rantoul, Paxton, my hometown, where I was born anyway. I don't remember it, but right there in Ford County. And then we've still got tornado warnings all the way up the line there along Interstate 57. And then to our south, and that's really what we pay more attention to, is what would be coming in when the storms are oriented this way. Even this energy and threat will likely kind of veer to the north, and things will clip southern Illinois here as they are dying down. So that's why no alert day. That's why our thinking is it's just going to be rain, beneficial rain. Disruptive, yes, in the morning for your track meets and things like that. And there is a pretty good chance we will have some thunder and lightning out there too. And then I'll walk you through that timeline again from our models, with some rain moving in closer to midnight, just kind of more scattered showers. And then our main event coming in overnight between midnight and say 6 a.m. And this model, if you'll notice, the yellows on here, those would be the likely thunderstorms moving east of the Evansville area there by 6 a.m. And then lingering showers and storms through 9. The problem here, of course, is you could have some embedded thunderstorms, and that could really bollocks up outdoor plans. So we'll hope it goes through cleanly, and we get all of our events in on Saturday that were scheduled for Saturday. That's all I have for you right now. 14 News at 10. I should have some new model data on the timing there overnight, and we'll have you covered, of course, during the weekend. Arden Gregory will be here tomorrow, and I'll be here on Sunday. Michael Fecka is out this weekend. So that's all I have for you. Please stay safe. Thanks for watching. Have a good weekend.